Alright guys, what's up? Alright guys, what's up? Today we are working on the Comanche. And we are swapping in this Chrysler 8 1/4 out of a 96 Jeep Cherokee. I'm going to do a spring over conversion. So originally the perches go under. So now they're going to go over top, and it's going to give me hopefully around 6 inches of lift in the rear right now. I've got my control arms and everything ordered for the front end. I'm just waiting on those to come in. Once those come in, we'll make the front match, and then next thing you know, this thing will be sitting pretty and tall. So let's get to work. I already cut off the shock mounts. I got to finish grinding those down to bare metal onto the tube, and then we're going to cut off the old spring perches. So let's get to it. So now I have the shock mounts completely ground down. They're pretty smooth. They're not perfect, but I don't really care. There's a lot of grinding. It takes more time than, trust me, than the supersonic speed time lapse shows. Now let's go into it with a wire wheel and fast mode go. So I made the axle all nice and shiny with that wire wheel. Looking pretty good. We're gonna flip it over and get those other spring perches cut off and get the other side pretty well. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's getting painted anyways. I just wanted to knock out a lot of that scale and rust. I'll probably come back through with a smaller wire wheel and get these real nice crevices, get them where they're hard to hit with the big wire wheel and the grinder. The big wire wheel just takes a lot less time and it kills it off pretty fast without trying to make divots and stuff in your axle. So, let's get to it. Alright, so the truck is ready for the start of the axle swap. The axle's ready to go. About ready to put it up in the air. We're going to do the rear lift, and then eventually we will do the front. But I have to take measurements because this is a spring over axle conversion, so you don't know exactly what lift you're going to get out of it. I'm hoping it lands around 6.5. If it was a little lower, that'd probably be a little ideal. But we'll see where this thing lands, and let's get going. Hey there. So, this is a piece of junk Dana 35. It works, but it's weak. It's not gonna stand up to what this Jeep's gonna have in store for it. So, we're just gonna go ahead and throw it out the window. That's the plan anyways. So, in order to get this thing out, I'm gonna have to pull both shocks, these crusty U-bolts, and we'll just cut this brake line because we won't put new on it because it's gonna have to be extended. And we're gonna get rid of these e-brake cables because they don't work and it seizes everything up anyways. So we'll just get rid of all that. Other thing, fun fact about a Jeep Comanche that a lot of people don't know about is they come with this factory proportioning valve. Now these things, they never work. They throw off your brakes in the back. On mine, my other Comanche, when I restored it, we were worried about it. And so we just got rid of it and didn't even have to run any other proportioning valve, just the factory one up inside the cab or up in the engine bay. Worked just fine. So we're gonna get rid of this. We probably won't do it today. I'll get rid of it eventually. Just bolt on with a couple 10s up top and just cut these lines. I'm gonna redo all the brake lines anyways. So that's no big thing. So let's get this axle in and, well, let's get this axle out and put the other one in. Then we'll get it mocked up. All right, let's do this. So, I get ready to pull this axle out. Just got everything disconnected. It's just sitting in there on top of the leaf springs. And we're gonna have to use the jack to get it unseized from the passenger side. So, let's get at it. Well, that's one way to do it. She's out. So, it's day 2. I'm wearing a different shirt, and I just got some great news. So last night, I cut the camera because I needed to get a lot of work done, and I was moving really slow. So, I got the axle up under it, and it was sitting cool right here. I'll put up a picture. What it looked like. I had it on jack stands in the front, made it look like it was going to look. And I come in here, I don't know if you can see that, but we go to try to mess with the lift height because it was a little tall. My top leaf just broke. And my other one is 3 hours away. So, this is gonna be interesting. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I barely have time to work on this thing, let alone drive down to my hometown. So, we'll see.